It's me, Pearl, and this is Tuned In Tarot, and we are here to take a look at the balance between the divine masculine and the divine feminine energy inside of self, understanding that whatever state we find this energy in, we can expect to see that reflected back to us in our interactions with others, in our external environment, and if we want to see change, we do need to shift and change the energy within, and hopefully my readings give you the information you need to be able to do just that so that you can start to create those changes that you're wanting to see in your world. So today I am doing the week ahead general energy. I normally do this reading on Sundays, but I just wasn't feeling like doing tarot yesterday. I've been feeling a little bit discouraged lately about this practice, sharing this practice with others. So funny, the card I just pulled. So I've been just thinking of other things to do for career than this lately. And yesterday I was just contemplating that, and I was kind of talking to my manager / chat GPT that I've programmed to work with me, and just come up with some different ideas for just different work I'd like to do, because I am just not seeing the growth that I would need to see on these platforms to be able to rely on this any longer. And I'm not going to give it up completely, but I am going to be closing down personal readings very soon. So if you've never had an opportunity to do a personal reading, now would be the time to book them. They are 50% off right now currently if you go to turnedintarot.com. The link is below, and go to the intuitive guidance call option. That is the ability to do basically a Zoom session with me and the cards, and so that is currently available, and my video recorded readings where I just record a reading and send it to you, which is nice because then you can just replay that if you need to. That is also still available, but soon I will be closing down the services and moving into a new, honestly, probably a new field, or something more in the music field, like more in terms of like music teaching or something like that. I'm not sure yet, but that's happening like real soon. my trip away taught me that I really need to get away. I need to get away, and the way that I have been trying to do it is not working, and so I have to change, and I'm going to make that change. So that is coming up. I will continue to be doing these readings on YouTube. I do feel that I do them to help myself as well, so I will continue to do these readings. And I'm going to still be studying and researching the origins of the twin flame myth and sacred ancient writings, topics like Madame Blavatsky, studying Madame Blavatsky and her writings, and I want to invite you to come and study those topics with me. And if you're interested in that, make sure you're already following me for free on passes.com/pearlsprayers. That's going to be a place where I share a lot of my research with you, the things that I find, some of the errors, disinformation, misinformation, similar to my Origins of the Twin Flame series, which you can find here on YouTube. I'm going to keep working in that vein, and I'm going to keep exploring those topics. And if you're interested in that and you want to be part of a little group that like researches that together and presents information that we discover together, I am really excited to be kind of moving more in that direction. So more into research and education, which is something that I really loved. It was my first degree was in art history and library and information science. So, I'm kind of excited to get back into that, but mixing it up with my interest in metaphysical topics and the esoteric is really fun. So I'm excited to pursue that. I don't know where that's going to take me. I've always considered getting a PhD. Gosh, maybe I will do that. But regardless, for now, I am probably going to be closing down these readings completely soon. So please take advantage. It would also help me out a lot. I'm a little behind and I need to catch up, so any donations are welcome. I am, however, proud to say that my car should finally be registered. All the paperwork was sent in. I was able to pay that to the Department of Motor Vehicles in California. So finally we're all up to date there, and I officially changed my address to New York. So I'm back to my heart and my soul being a New Yorker. California, it was fun, but we know where I belong. You can't be this sarcastic. You can't be this belligerent and not be a New Yorker. But I thought California was swell. So West Coast, it might be the best coast, but the East Coast is going to beat you every time because we work harder to stay alive out here because it's cold as fuck. All right, so that's everything. So 50% off one-to-one sessions, pearlsprayers/passes.com for full ad-free extended readings. Please subscribe over there. There is a $15 level, which gets you access to every single thing I post to the wall. You get discounts on live streams, which I will be doing live stream classes over there. I'm kind of excited. I'm just going to dive in. I'm going to start just with a class on the Fool card because I gathered some pretty good stuff to do a couple lectures on the Fool card. And that's going to be like my first little class that I'm going to do over there live. So stay tuned for that. Talk about taking a leap. That's definitely taking a leap. Okay, are we going to read this reading or what? You know what? I forgot these cards. Let me shuffle these really quick. So what we are looking at is the divine masculine, the energy of the mind, the intellect, taking action, doing things, getting things done, taking the internal world and then projecting it into material form. That is masculine energy. Person in your life can lean more into masculine energy than their feminine energy, but everybody should be a balance, and the healthiest people and relationships are definitely the ones where we are all balanced within. So we're going to look at the masculine energy of the head, mind, heart, or head and mind, oh my gosh, and feminine energy of the heart, the intuition, the soul, I guess. The internal world. All right, here we go. Top of the deck, overall headspace we have here, the Emperor. So this week you're looking like a boss. I feel like the Emperor energy just came out the other day, didn't it? It was top of the deck. I remember it was the Alice in Wonderland Emperor. So this energy, you know what it came out in? It was in the money chakra reading. If you did not see that, that was actually a really good reading. I went through each of the 7 chakras, and I talked about any places where you might be blocked and how you should heal each part. It was pretty cool, and I got a lot out of it. I hope you did too. Welcome to Standby. View helpful widgets, showcase your favorite photos, or display the perfect clock. Swipe left or right to switch between them. Okay. Wow, cool. I get to look at myself in my calendar. Great. I don't know. My phone is just doing things over here. Sorry about it. Okay. So this is the energy of this week. Like I said, you're looking like a boss. You're looking stable. This is how you're thinking of yourself, right? You're thinking of yourself as you've got it under control. Maybe your emotions, maybe your feelings, maybe not. Maybe you're actually like you're working with your feelings or able to like command your feelings, or I don't know. It's probably both things. Because I didn't get a strong sense of a shadowy energy. You're kind of looking good. You're looking pretty good. It looks like you can afford to indulge in the finer things in life this week. And you're just sort of letting yourself it looks like things this week, you're finally starting to be like, wait a minute. Is everything I'm doing actually working? Is like the work I'm doing on my mindset actually working? For real? Can I enjoy that? Can I buy things when I need to? Is that something I can do now? Like I bought myself health supplements for the first time in like a year. I haven't been taking anything to help that really honestly helps me a lot. I haven't been able to take any of those. I just purchased all of them. I was like, you're going to take all of these again. You're going to be in peak performance condition, as you should, because it feels good. And you deserve it. So there's worthiness here in this energy. Hungry for more. Definitely a little power hungry here. Once you sit and rest back into that abundance, you're like, oh, wait, I like the feeling of this. I could get used to this. That's an energy happening too. I could get used to this. There's a little bit of needing to be hard and cold there. See the marble floor? A little bit of that. You have to kind of be firm in your life and in the boundaries that you've established. That's coming in for me too. But you're in command. You're in command. That's the energy of the masculine. So the person in your life is either feeling that, but if they are, it's only because that's how you're thinking about yourself. All right, and for the feminine energy this week, what is it paired with? Well, looky. It's funny because even though these cards I flip over, like I can't see the ones that I shuffled for the past, current, and future. I like to be surprised when I pull them, but when I flip over the top of the deck, I can see it. But it's like I don't look at it until I look at it. You know what I mean? So the feminine energy here, we see that the feeling this week is reciprocity. It's a return on investment. You put a little bit of money in and you get a little something out. And that's a good feeling. That's like a good thing to feel. It's look at the little gesture of surprise that this feminine has, like, oh, like, oh, I didn't realize I was going to get so much back because maybe I wasn't really aware of how much I have given. I'm seeing this money pouring in, and you can see these strawberries around her, which is interesting to note. Any fruit, oh, they might be raspberries. Raspberries or strawberries. Any seeded fruit, pomegranate, anything with seeds is always about abundance. How, whatever it is that you're getting, it's not just like the physical investment, but it's something that's going to grow and become more. We have red and green here, which are complementary colors, also present in the pasta tarot. This is the Star Spinner tarot, by the way. And I think that's interesting as well. And we have the green for the heart chakra and the red for the root chakra. And wherever your heart and mind is in regards to money, it's going to be expressing that way. Like your heart will express that same feeling. Those things are connected. The red and the berries coming back here, and the green that the emperor is resting on. There may also be a fondness for Christmas, something about Christmas that happened, or gift giving. This, you're gonna get some really kind of amazing gifts this week. There's a lot of good energy. I keep seeing musical staff here, even though it's really not that, but it really reminds me of like a music staff. So something to do with music, or music may be important, or it's in the background of your life. You could have communication with, some kind of an anxious avoidant energy using music is coming up for me. Anyway, so that's all this week. So it looks like actually a pretty good week. A week of receiving gifts. And, I really was receiving last week too. So to receive even more this week would be delightful. And she does look delighted in this energy here. What's underlying this week, what we don't really see, but is really, really supporting us, we have the 7 of Korta. Korta is wands here, right? Let me look for a second. Let me look. I think it is, yes, wands. That's correct. Okay, so for the headspace, what we have is this 7 of wands energy. And for the heart space, we have the Page of Pentacles. Now look at how these two look very related here. We have a similar gesture, bringing that hand up towards the mouth. Now this, in the page energy, they are analyzing the coin that they have in front of them. So I think it's interesting because we have what is supporting the feminine energy here is her awareness that she has to use her discernment to really assess whether what she is receiving, maybe the gifts she's receiving, are genuinely something she can count on or rely on. And I think the delight or the pleasant surprise is that she's like, oh, I can. Oh, that's delightful. So we have here this Seven of Wands energy, which for the masculine is standing your ground, fighting off the tendency to sabotage, to self-sabotage, because the Six of Wands is success, and sometimes in the Seven of Wands we can actually be fighting against our own success, but this is in a supportive way. So I think that we're actually standing our ground against our tendency to fight off the success. So we're actually going to embrace it and be successful. I just have to put my hair up because it's gonna drive me nuts if I don't. Sorry. So overall, I think this week you are in a really strong position. And it's one that you have fought for. I'm sure you're happy to hear that that's the energy that you're in, because it's looking like something that has been hard earned, like hard won. And I'm here for it. How's that look? Okay, we don't hate it. We don't hate it. Okay, so what are we carrying in from last week? The masculine energy is carrying in, you've got to be kidding me.